Enemies gon' hate me now. Enemies gon' hate me now. Hate me now. Enemies gon' hate me now. Hate me now. Enemies. Busters got some mana, but I handle that, so hate me now. Got the Louis slugger, you better cover when I hit a foul. You better be so quick to get it hip when the pistol show. All my niggas with me creeping slow, and we on that blow. Told the two that I use, searching for an easy man. Demon in me wakes, now I shake and don't feel okay. Yeah, I'm terrified in my mind, so corrupted too. Feel so blizzo, hizzo, off that snizzo, but still keep it smooth. Evil prince, stay so blitz, busy down with Psycho Mike. Scheming, leaning all throughout the night, down in Metro Heights. Bitch, you getting sprayed from grenade when I pulled up here. Gangsta P, here with me, and we always going in. Waking, shaking in my bed, hating leaves you where y'all dead. Don't you rest so tears up, call your blizz up when I'm on my man. I face so much crime, stay inside. I have on my mind. Please don't shoot your jizz on, send you his on, get your miss online. Enemies so close to me, especially gon' hate me now. Motivated jealousy, but still I elevate somehow. Violent face all in my space, deep inside you hating me. Take that loaded Glock 19 and kill that kind with courtesy. Enemies so close to me, especially gon' hate me now. Motivated jealousy, but still I elevate somehow. Violent face all in my space, deep inside you hating me. Take that loaded Glock 19 and kill that kind with courtesy. Hate me now, hate me now. Enemies gon' hate me now. Hate me now. Enemies.
You hate me now, nigga, damn, I thought we was cool. You hate me now, I thought we was cool.
You mad at me now, but all I view is laughing. Then chop a bullet, split him up like he a fraction. He ran up on me, think it's chicken, now he past tense. Yes, I am evil, Prince, but also Trace, so blast him. I catch him loafing, I'ma up the gun and let it bust. I got them niggas in the car ready to shoot shit up. You mention me, boy, I'm a killer, best not test your luck. Your bitch a groupie, all up in my DMs tryna fuck. These niggas lying in they songs, you know they capping. I'm on the block, I put in work, you niggas slacking. My nigga get jammed up and then we go and post bail. But if your nigga run up, we gon' send his ass to hell. Ain't have a ruler, kept a Ruger when I was in school. I'm hitting ops with this stick like I'm playing pool. Handy manny in this bitch, we got all the tools. You hate me now, damn nigga, I thought we was cool.
We was cool.
Good morning, good morning, good morning to all. What's happening? What's going on? This is your brother MD checking in once again. What's happening? Let me know if I'm choppy. I'm probably gonna end up getting choppy as video this morning, so I know it cut out sometimes in this little area. So if anybody could let me know, like when I get choppy or whatever, just hit me up and I'll deal with it at that particular time. But what's up, everybody? What's going on? MD checking in the arena. MD Thought Box. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I guess I'm gonna make this a little thing. You know what I mean? In the mornings or whatnot. Just try to substitute the pop-ups. You know what I mean? A lot of times, man, when we deal with these pop-up shows, it spurred a moment or if a certain concept or a thought present itself to, either me or Black Son, we present it. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, it's open house as far as like what type of thought comes into play. You know what I mean? Hell, if y'all want to talk about anything specific, hit us in the comments. You know what I mean? And if it's something that we deem is plausible in the realm of like our particular thought process or my or Black Son particular thought process, yeah, we could definitely talk about it in the sense of trying to make sense of it. You know what I mean? But yeah, shouts out to everybody, man. Okay, shout out to you, Black Son. Yeah, so today's topic, and I thought about this from yesterday's topic, actually. You know, leaders and followers. You know what I mean? What does that entail in what we perceive to be a free society? Black Son said something interesting yesterday. He said, you know, you're always going to have leaders. You're always going to have followers. You know what I mean? In the sense of a micro, I understand that. And oh, before I get started, I had just saw breaking. Shout out to what's Pat Robertson, man? He just passed, man. Pat Robertson, a creator of the 700 Club. He just passed. I guess it was this morning or last night. One of the others. I'm gonna tell a quick story. So my granddad, he was a highly conservative person, highly conservative, and you know he used to watch 700 Club like every morning. You know what I'm saying? Like old cracker. If anybody know who Pat Robertson is, you know, like old cracker.
Oh yeah.
Pushing conservatism on TBN. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny now because if you look at TBN now, oh, you in here, Black Son? What's up? What's up?
Yeah, no, you sound good, man. I just come to say, yeah, your audio sound good. But yeah, let's talk about Pat Robertson, man. Hell yeah.
Yeah, Pat Robertson. About so a lot of people say Billy Graham was like the father of well, he the father of even how would you say it? Evangelical ideology. I give it to
Christian talk. Yeah, that's right.
Right. Yeah. Like that some people try to push the whole Christian identity movement on Billy Graham. I don't. Because Billy Graham reached a lot of people that were not black. I mean, that were not white. You know what I'm saying? Billy Graham, you know, did Billy Graham have racial tendency? Yeah, I mean, but hell, what low level collective cracker don't? You know what I'm saying?
Well, Malcolm X called Billy. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say Malcolm X referred to Billy Graham as a Christian nationalist. Go ahead. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's why I said a lot of people think Billy Graham was like the leader of or the founder of that whole Christian identity movement. You know what I'm saying? If you study the work of Billy Graham, I don't, because Billy Graham was reaching way more. Billy Graham took several missionary trips to Africa in the terms of not promoting a certain identity toward Christianity. You know what I'm saying? So in that realm, I don't. Pat Robertson, on the other hand, hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? Pat Robertson was on it. You know what I mean? And he sprouted a whole, huh?
Well, Emmy, I gotta ask you, how do you define Christian nationalism?
I define Christian nationalism as using Christianity to instill certain ideals of a particular nation, i.e., the United States of America.
Right.
Using the United States as the standard, which is not. Right. Using the United States as the standard of a Christian revolution or a standard of moral living of being a Christian. In my opinion, now this is just my opinion. You could disagree. Billy Graham was not doing that. Was Billy Graham pushing Christianity? Hell yeah, but he wasn't pushing Christianity in the sense of a standard of government, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah,
Billy Graham was simplifying Protestantism, meaning that it's a personal relationship. In the simplest form, Billy Graham was an individualist when it came to religion.
Okay.
To keep it real. Whereas Pat Robertson was pushing the low-level collective ideological thought of nationalism in its truest form.
Right.
And using Christianity as the vehicle to do it.
Okay. Fair enough.
And then with Pat Robertson, he sprouted all these other conservative pastors. I remember another one. I don't know if you remember John Hagee. John Hagee could take one verse out of the Bible and his whole sermon would be about politics. He wouldn't even he'll stop talking about Jesus. He'll be talking straight politics.
Yeah.
The whole sermon.
He'll do the 3-card money quick on your
Yeah.
ass, yo.
I'm like, damn, he need to run for some type of office or something. Damn.
Yeah.
His whole sermon will be about politics off of one verse.
Yep.
John Hagee wasn't playing no game with your ass. You know what I mean? And it's funny now because I remember watching TBN as a kid with my granddad and looking at TBN now. That shit is liberal.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You got all the scammers on TBN now. You got Creflo Dollar, TD Jakes. You got what's the Asian dude? What's that? Look like he got a toupee on. Damn, bro, what's his name? Joseph Prince.
Oh, okay.
No, not Benny Hinn. Benny Hinn was scamming too, but Benny Hinn was a Republican.
Oh, okay.
But I'm talking about the idea. I'm talking about the ideology now. Like you got the Joseph Prince. You got what's enough Joel Osteen scamming ass.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if you look for the most part the ideology of the people that's on TBN now, that shit liberal as hell.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's funny how the shit evolved. But that's how media has evolved, like, period. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, most of it is.
But yeah. But yeah, I just wanted to put that in real quick, man. I guess R.I.P. to Pat Robertson, I guess. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny. Here's the correlation. I'm going to trip you out with this one, Black Son. We was talking about negative connotations yesterday, right?
Yeah.
The low level collective ideology within black collectivism, get a job and that being negative aspect somehow, right?
Right.
The same thing with low level collective religious ideology.
That's right.
What's the negative connotation there? Go to hell.
You need Jesus.
Yeah. Oh, go to hell. Period.
Oh, go to hell.
Like go to hell meaning that hell is the perceived place for immorality within a collective thought, right?
But
whether it be true or not, you could be the best person amongst these people,
right.
Yet they telling you to go to hell. Like you know what I'm saying?
Right. No, actually, this is just my take. You might disagree with this. I'm less offended if you tell me to go to hell as if you tell me, man, you need Jesus. I'm more offended because now I feel like you're somebody intelligent.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
That's insulting. I find that's insulting to me. If you say go to hell, I just brush it off my shoulder. But you say, oh, you need Jesus, I feel like you dumbing me down. I feel like, dude, don't insult me with some cartoon character, man. That's how I feel, bro.
I get you, bro. I mean,
right.
It's synonymous at the end of the day. Go to hell.
Right.
You need Jesus. It's synonymous. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
But in any event, like I said, low level collective ideology. You know what I'm saying? And when you look at religion, well, I could just say Christianity. When you look at Christianity in its primitive form, right?
Yeah.
The whole point of the Protestant movement was for personal independence of the collective ideology. You know what I'm saying? No fucking Catholicism, man. Y'all conforming me to an ideal. I shouldn't have to be conformed to a collective ideal in my religion. It's a personal. It's something that's independent. It's personal. And Protestantism was born. So from that aspect, that's actually a sign of individualism. Of course, we know what happened after that. Hell, we had shit like the damn Salem witch trials and Puritanism, and so no matter what you try to do to try to get away from the collective thought, it always come back. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because people can't think for themselves. With that being said, let's get into like what this topic is. We're talking about leaders and followers. Is there a such thing as leaders and followers in a truly free society? Is it even possible? Now, from the micro level, like I said, I understand that you have people that that are going to lead in the terms of management and human resource. I get that, but that's on the micro level. Then you got your employees. Do I consider an employee a follower? No, I don't. But from the micro level, I can understand the aspect. From the macro, when we dealing with a society of people, is there such thing as a leader and a follower? Now, this is why I give Black Son pushback from what he was saying yesterday. People need something to follow, right? People need something to follow in terms of ideals, principles. I can only assume that's what Black Son meant by that. And he can speak for himself. He on here. Now, in my view, unless you're like mentally incapable to do so, right? Being a follower in and of itself in a truly free society is an independent act all on its own. So, I pose the question: is there a such thing as a leader and a follower in a truly free society? Or are we talking about, or are we misinterpreting the definition? Are we really talking about independent versus dependent? Or can we correlate the two? Is it possible? You know what I'm saying? Now, when I look at the independent versus the dependent, independent to do whatever you want to do in a free society. Dependent being taking advantage of the achievements, the goals, the aspirations of freedom. Do that make sense, Black Son?
It does. It does. Keep going.
All right, cool. With that being said, when we look at somebody that's dependent in a free society, that means that you're not willing to strive to obtain the achievements, the goals, and uphold the principles within what it takes to be independent. So if we live in a truly independent society and you're not taking advantage of being independent, you're therefore dependent. That's obvious mathematics. So if you choose to be dependent, which is freedom all on its own, because that's what you're choosing to be. If you're choosing to be dependent in a free society, does that equate you following a certain ideal or a certain person or certain principles? Self-sacrifice is what we're talking about at the end of the day. Self-sacrifice meaning sacrificing your independence for the common good. That's collectivism. Like, period. So, are you failing in the attempt of liberation from the false idea of being liberated? It's oxymoronic at the end of the day. If you ask a black person, hey man, hey look, are we liberated? No, brother, we fighting for liberation right now. Okay, what does liberation mean? Matter of fact, I ask you, Black Son, like in your own words. I ain't asking nothing technical. In your own words, what's liberation?
Liberation is what's liberation in the free society, like the society we're in?
I mean, what's liberation? Period. Like in your own words.
Liberation period. Just off the hand, layman's term, is just the freedom to think, the freedom to make your own choice, the freedom to express yourself. That's just the basic.
Okay, cool, gotcha.
Yeah.
So is that a collective concept or an individual concept?
Individual.
So I pose the question. with that being said, I pose the question: how can you liberate a group of people? Is it even possible?
No.
There you have it. With that being said, hell, I guess we can close the show out. No, I'm just I'm
let me.
just saying.
Okay, can we do this? E, I mean MD. I called you E. What's up, E Bizzle, man? Jump on if you want. MD, can we do this? Because I think what you're doing is very complex. I just gave you a basic definition, but I think there's levels of liberation. I
Oh,
think there's
okay.
levels. Yeah, there's levels of it. It's just like a person who comes into consciousness, and then they might learn about being a Moor, they might learn about being a Christian, they go through school of thought of being a Hebrew, and then one day they might be a goddamn atheist. They might say, man, all this is bullshit. So what I'm saying is that well, you know what? Damn, that still goes back to your basic question, though. Yeah,
But that's still the simplistic term of liberation. You
it
gave
is.
you gave yeah, you gave a very simple explanation of what liberation is. If you are liberated and then you say, okay, then you go into a school of thought, how that ain't liberation.
Right.
You
No,
you
I
you
agree.
you're conforming. And like I said, I don't have any problem with religion because I understand from a sense of spirituality, spirit dealing with the self. But that's a whole different topic.
It's actually not a different topic. It's actually the same topic because a person, if you leave Christianity or you leave, as Blue would say, Hebrew Israelitism, then you will be shunned because, oh, you don't believe in God. So now they're oppressing you because it's a type of behavior modification, and that's not freedom, sir. You should have
Right. But
the.
yeah, I get what
You,
you're saying. But again,
okay,
that's low level collective thought.
that's right. And, and,
But
and
but you
religion
don't have to be
exudes
part
that.
of that low level collective. You don't have to be part of that.
You don't have to, but a religion really, like if you go by the book, it exudes that. The Quran, the Torah, the Nagib, Nagash, all these religious books exuberate behavior modification. Like you're supposed to think this, believe this way, and not believe that way.
Okay,
Hey,
all
you
right.
should
So
be able to say, you know what? Okay, go ahead.
no. Finish your thought. Finish your thought.
Okay, so most atheists, we call ourselves free thinkers. We're free thinkers, so we can befriend a Hebrew Israelite. I got plenty of Hebrew Israelite friends, Muslim friends, and I don't judge or condemn. Like they might be in a school of thought, and like you told me, you used to be Hebrew Israelite, and you jumped out of it. You know what I'm saying? You're like, it wasn't for me. I don't judge you, but let that little Hebrew, they look at you like, oh, he's a what do you call it, kafir or a heretic or an apostate. You're an apostate, brother. Like some people look at that very seriously, and that's not freedom. That's not liberation. That's another form. That's why we always get on here talking about goddamn theocracies. And I feel sorry for the people in Turkey. Well, Erdogan, even though he won that election, but that shit is religion is another form of mind control. It's behavior
Right.
modification at the end of the day.
Right.
You
I
don't
feel you. I
believe
feel you.
like how I believe. So again, that's why. But as a person, like you said, you're a spiritual person. I don't knock it. I'm just telling you the rule of thumb when it comes to religion is what I oppose because I recognize, like I said, it's different levels of liberation. I recognize oppression on all levels, and religion's one of them. It's a tool. When you talk about the rule of thumb, but if you're just spiritual, if you're you doing your own thing, like I said, it's a personal, then I have no problem with it. Malcolm X said it's best, man. Leave your religion in your closet. Whatever it do for you and your personal life, that's good for you. But when you try to exude it on other people, that's when it becomes a problem. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. That's when Jehovah's Witnesses knock on your door, they don't understand that when they knock on the door, their job is to oppose their thoughts and their beliefs onto you. No, brother, this is the right way. That's oppression. That's just my thought. That's just my opinion. MD, you there?
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Okay, now I can hear you. Yeah. I went out.
Okay.
That's
All
my
right.
fault.
Cool. My bad. My bad. That's my fault. That's my fault.
Okay.
Hey, look. So with all that being said, let me ask you a question.
Okay, cool.
Was the Protestant movement liberation?
Yes, it was a level. Yes.
It was a level of liberation. What?
Yes.
So
It was a level
so
of liberation to liberate from the Catholicism of the oppression of the Catholics.
okay.
Right.
So
In
Go ahead. Go ahead.
In that same vein, when the Protestants came over here, they oppressed the Native Americans, and they oppressed the Africans, and they oppressed other people that they were felt lesser than them because they didn't know who Jesus was. That's a form of oppression. So yeah, it was good for the Protestants to break away from the Catholicism, to break away from the Pope, but they took the same shit. But that actually proves your point. They took it evolved it went right back to collectivism and became oppressive to the Native Americans.
Right. I'm glad you said that, because I was just about to ask you.
Okay.
We just established that
Yes.
liberation is something that's individual. It's not collective.
Absolutely.
So if liberation is a concept of individualism and not collectivism, how were they then able to conform to a collective ideal in Protestantism? How's that possible?
Ask
See what I'm
that question
saying?
one more time. Yeah, I know what you're saying,
No.
but ask me that question one more time. Make sure I heard it right.
Okay.
I heard it, but I want to make sure. I don't want to misconstrue what
Okay,
you're saying.
so
I want to get your
so
point.
we just established that liberation is a concept, is an individual concept. It's not a collective concept.
Yes. That's
We
a fact.
established that.
Yes.
So when the Protestant movement started and they were liberated from the Catholic Church,
Yes.
and then turned around and conformed other people through Protestantism,
Uh-huh.
what does that say about the liberation of the Protestant movement?
That it became a collectivism. That's when it turned left. Once it became a collective idea, it turned left.
Well, I would argue that the Protestant movement. What happened?
No, go ahead. No, that's dude put in front of me. Sorry.
Oh, okay. So yeah. So now, hey, don't crash.
No, I'm not. No. He don't know how to drive. I'm driving. He jumped in front of me. I'm good, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would argue that the Protestant movement, in turn, is not liberation. It may have pure intentions in the beginning with Martin Luther, but the aspect of Protestantism through the liberated act merely fought low-level collective thought with low-level collective thought, i.e., or an example, racism and counter-racism. It fought religious conformality with religious conformality. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What's the examples? Just like you said, it went right back into a collective ideology.
Right.
With the Puritans and all that shit. You know what I mean?
So let's make it plain, MD. So the contamination, the infestation was the collective thought, the collectivism.
Right.
That was the infection. Okay, got you. It was cool as an individual thought. It's cool as long as it's individual. Once this collectivism comes along, then it fucking infects it with some bullshit.
Right. That goes back to my topic, leaders and followers.
That's right.
Who was the again, you got the creators and then you got the altruists, right? Like what Ayn Rand was saying. The creator was Martin Luther. He said, hey, look, I can have a personal relationship with God. I don't need to be conformed to ideals of other people.
Thanks.
Let me create this thing called Protestantism and let me set the foundation.
Thanks.
Everybody else followed behind that. It wasn't Martin Luther's fault that all the other different denominations and sects happened. That wasn't the intended purpose.
Right.
So by default, the creation was first, then the altruism happened. Needing to be selfless because of the common good of the group. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'll take example. I'll be the example. I'll be the leader to spearhead everybody's own individual freedom within religion.
Right. I'm with that.
I'm a stamp it. Boom. What? Because remember what Martin Luther did? He nailed the shit to the wall of the church, to the door of the church. Individualism.
That's right.
Then here come the lemmings. Oh, hell, he right. You know what I'm saying? Blah blah blah. This and that. Let's all group together to go against the Catholic. Damn you Catholics. That one don't group together. That's not the point. And then along come the Salem witch trials and all that other shit based off of low-level collective thought.
That's right.
So it goes back to my original argument. Is it even possible to have leaders and followers in a truly free society? I say no.
No.
Because in a truly free society, I'm not the leader of shit, nor do I want to follow anybody who deems himself a leader. I'm independent.
So I got to ask you a question. Are you familiar with Anonymous's quote?
Go ahead.
We have a saying, no gods, no masters.
That's a good quote.
Right, and we don't believe in gods or masters, and that's why I got on. I don't even remember Anon, the guy that used to be in SVDL. He called himself the Anonymous Hebrew, and that's why I got on this case about that. I said, no, we know gods, no masters. So yeah, I just wanted to throw that in there, bro.
I totally get it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, it's funny. Again, that goes back to what I'm saying. Collectivism within itself is oxymoronic because you're doing individuality within the collectivism.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. That's just like we were saying yesterday. You telling somebody that go getting a job is negative toward black folks, yet you have a job.
That's just outright retarded. That's just outright retarded.
or we must work together as a collective to have any substantiation, yet you exude independence in what you do. You can't help but to do it because that's how everything is structured. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
In order to do what you're saying you want to do, everything got to be blowed up. Period.
So then I got to ask you this question. How do we apply that for the fight of reparations? Like because the NAACP, they don't seem to get that. Like they really think they have to hold our hands and be the torchbearers for the fight and how, in San Francisco that is. Like, wouldn't that be an individual fight? I mean, you just show your lineage and that's it. Give me my check and keep it moving.
I mean, yeah, you're absolutely right. The lineage, the lineage is the leader. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Hey, there is no particular person or entity that leads the fight against reparation. The history, the lineage, the Constitution, the statutes that were proclaimed through the Constitution is the leader. You know what I'm saying? So in that aspect, when it comes to reparation, that's why I try to separate the two, because reparations, of course, is a political fight. Political meaning not in numbers, but in the law in itself. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That a great example of that would be out in LA with the family at Bruce's Beach. You know what I'm saying? That's a perfect example.
Right.
Now, of course, all of us as Black Americans, we can't tie our lineage all the way back to a specific person. Like, for the most part, some can, but for the most part, some, we can't.
Mary Ball, Washington.
Say what?
Mary Ball Washington.
Well, I mean, we got the last names, but through records, you're gonna be hard pressed.
Right. Gotcha.
You're gonna be hard pressed. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Through the limited records that we do have, you're gonna be hard pressed to trace it back to a specific white person or a specific. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But even still, your lineage is the key. Period. If your lineage traced back to the institution, that's your claim. That's your claim to the piece of the pie. Now, what constitutes the claim? What constitutes the claim is Reconstruction. Reconstruction is the contract. All that we have to do as a society, of the group of individuals that needs to get something done politically, it's not an ideology. Reparations ain't no damn ideology.
No.
Reparations is something that's owed to a specific group of people. Now, that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's just like like me and you go work at a job and we ain't got paid for it.
Right.
Is me and you going to go claim our money collectivism? No, it's not. It's getting a check.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's up to you to pull yourself up and go get what's owed to you. Right.
Right. And you do it in a legal manner. So that's why I don't look at reparations as collectivism.
Right,
it ain't.
right. Yeah.
It's a debt that's owed. Period. That's all it is. And once I get my reparations, me and you walk our separate way.
That's right.
Because I will then utilize my reparations in my independence as being an American citizen.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? If you choose to invest, like I said, if you want to do business, we can do business. That's not collectivism. I can do business with you right now. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. Exactly right.
That's not collectivism. It just ain't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, that was just, I mean, I'm so glad that you used that example. I mean, this topic is perfect because we, again, because people they think they understand it, but they, like you said, well, once you give examples, like we're doing now, then I think, it'll give people the opportunity to see this thing in practice, MD.
I feel you.
Yeah.
But again, that goes back to leaders and followers.
That's right.
When we view anybody as a leader, he's being a leader based off some type of ideal, right? That's the only way you can view a leader.
Right.
He's leading based off a set of principles, a set of ideals,
Thanks.
and acclimating or interpreting those ideals to a certain group of people.
Right.
That's the only way that you could have an ideology.
Right.
That don't necessarily mean that he was the creator of that ideology. He's just the one that's interpreting. Huh?
Anybody following a leader in a free society is basically following a code. Is that what you're trying to tell me, MD?
Well, anybody that's following a leader in a free society is practicing low-level collective ideology.
Okay, fair enough.
It's low level.
Same.
And when I mean low level, meaning when I say low level collective ideology, meaning that it's of no benefit to the mass of the people in itself. The only way that you could have a higher level of collectivism is actually creating a society and a government behind it. Ain't nobody did that shit. You're just talking at the end of the day. The ones that have a high level of collective ideology are the ones that actually implemented it, like Mao Zedong and Stalin and all of them.
Right.
That's the high level. The low level is racism. The low level is religious dogma amongst the group.
Facts.
The low level is economic disparagement and inequality amongst another mass of people.
Right.
That's low level.
Yeah.
So that's
People
what I mean
think
when I
that
say
they can become
low level.
millionaires by doing susus and shit and retiring
Yeah.
doing susus. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Right.
I just want to make sure. Okay.
So that's what we're dealing with, man.
Mm-hmm.
So in the aspect of that, right? It's just you touting a set of ideals to the people in order to self-identify with another set of people. Because remember, the ideals have to be in direct opposition to something else. That's what make it low level. You know what I'm saying? If it ain't in a direct opposition to somebody else, it ain't no point of it. There's no point of it.
Whoa, say that again. Whoa, say that again. You dropping jewels left and right now, boy. I'm trying to pick up.
No, I'm saying the only way that you can express this low level collective ideology is being in direct opposition to another low level collective ideology.
Is that what you mean? The white man's the devil.
White man, the devil. I mean,
okay.
You know, inequality.
Racism, white supremacy. Racism, white supremacy. Is that a good example?
That's a good example. Inequality.
America's unjust system. Is that a good example?
Haves and the have-nots.
Right.
All of that.
America's unjust system. Is that a good example?
All of that.
Okay. I just make sure. Okay.
So I mean that's what I mean. You know what I mean?
Right.
And in order to have a conduit to push the particular ideology, you must have a leader behind it. Everybody else is following. Everybody else is following.
Gotcha.
But it's a moot point because the society in which you live in is the direct opposition. So if the society in which you live, we just dealing with us as Americans.
Yeah, capitalism.
Capitalism is the driving force. Individualism is the driving force.
That's right.
The direct opposition to that driving force is another driving force, which is, y'all won't say it is, but I say it is because it is socialism.
Right.
Because in your opinion, this set of people are not equal to another set of people.
Right.
And like I said, it ain't like the white man ain't to blame them because they is because of the inferiority complex on both sides.
Okay.
They created the mass hysteria in which solidified these collective ideologies. So they just as bad as we are. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be a collective ideology if it wasn't for their own collective ideology. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But that wasn't the original intention of the society that was created. It wasn't.
Right.
The shit was manifested through a sense of self-confidence or mass hysteria, like I said. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, dealing with this country, the driving force is individuality. It always has been. So who's the leader? Who's the follower? In that aspect, the leader is the Constitution. The Constitution, the creation of the Constitution in itself is the grand result of everybody being their own leader. But again, like I said, when something is created or achieved, in turn, altruism is created. The sense of selflessness is created. So because the creation of the individual thought process through the Declaration of Independence and later on 1787 the Constitution, then in turn altruism was created behind it because of the sense of inequality amongst the individuals. Everybody got to have equal shit some type of way.
All right.
Whether it be through a social group, a race, or whatever.
Right.
And in turn, you get Karl Marx and Jacques Rousseau and all these people philosophizing the concept and creating altruism or egalitarianism. See how this shit work?
Yeah.
For what they say in science, for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction.
That's right.
It's simple science. But in the realm of individuality, there is no equal or opposite. There's just the sum of the individual acts put together.
Mm-hmm.
Shit is simple at the end of the day. There is nobody following nobody. So you can't have leaders and followers in an individual reality. It's impossible to have it. If you truly go by the ideas of individualism. But you can't. But people equate the family aspect, the morality aspect to the collective thought. That ain't what that shit mean. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Me helping somebody is an individual act.
That's right.
You can't get around it. So why not look? So if everything is ultimately in its foundation an individual act, why not set your ideals upon the individuality of the act? No, it's got to be collective. You got to follow this, or else.
Right.
That shit defeat the purpose. I'm not following shit. The only thing I'm following is to acknowledge that you your own person. That's it.
Right.
The individual follows the respect of the individual. Ain't no leaders and followers in a truly individualist society. Just keeping it real.
I mean, I agree with that. See, I'm glad we had time to break that down, man. That's perfect, man. Like I said, it goes along with the anonymous creed. No gods, no masters, man. Hey, well put, MD.
Yeah, what Ayn Rand said. Any other relationship is slave to man.
You're breaking up.
And I ain't no goddamn slave. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, I probably am, because like I said, I just got in the can you hear me now?
Yeah, you sound good. Go ahead. Hello? Uh-oh, y'all. Look like we lost MD. He's going to come back. But, yeah, these concepts are great, man. I mean, like I said, the anonymous, we live by that. Our creed is no gods, no masters. So, yeah, the whole leadership, yeah. I mean, yeah, I got to definitely yield to that. There are no leaders or followers in a free society unless you do it voluntarily. Now, if you voluntarily going into a cult and groupthink, you're free to do that. I guess you're free to be a follower. And I gotta ask MB that question. MB, I gotta ask you that question.
All right, I'm back now, man. My bad, man. It's like folks don't want to start calling me until I damn start doing something. Yeah, I'm back.
Oh, okay, cool. So I gotta ask you a question. I
Go ahead.
agree with the concept of saying in a free society there's no leaders and followers. In a free society, can you voluntarily follow somebody though?
Voluntarily. I mean,
Yeah, like
I-
Jim Jones,
remember what I
David.
said. Remember what I said. The act of following someone is an individual act all in itself. So
That's
in that
right. That's
aspect, yeah.
right. Wow. Okay. Damn. So you still can't avoid the individual decision, the individual act, even in following a code.
But that's you not recognizing your own individuality.
I agree. So you're mentioning
And it's low level. It's low level collective thought because you're following
no.
you're following principles and ideals that's not of your own design.
So then I gotta ask you a question, MD. This being the freest nation in the world, why do we have the most cults in the world out of the free nation?
Because for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. Your ideals are set upon certain relation to other people's certain ideals and principles. With that being said, it's like a molecular structure. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like you got the nucleus, then you got all the electrons and protons and shit around it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, got you.
That is it's an attraction.
Got you. Okay, so it's just I guess, a feeling of camaraderie, a feeling of sense
Right,
of belonging, want to belong to something. I guess be
right.
accepted.
But the ideals in itself are not of your own. That's what make it low level. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, I agree. No, I
Yeah,
agree. I'm trying to understand and get your take on. Like I said, you got the David Koresh's, you got the Charles Mansons, you got the Jim Joneses, you got. I mean the I mean, hell, let's start talking about black groups. I mean, hell, you got the goddamn, hell, I can't even get the Elijah Muhammad's, you know what I'm saying? So the Yahweh Ben Yahweh's and shit, which had large followings, and a lot of these followings wouldn't be possible if you were living in some other theocratic country because you have the freedom of religion. You can form any cults or any religion that you want, and people will follow you in the droves voluntarily. So I was just trying to understand that. I wanted to get your take or your breakdown of that right there. Because I find it fascinating that, yeah, we live in the most freest society, but this freest society, we got the most cults historically out of any nation in the world.
we got the through and like I said, bro, all of it is oxymoronic because
It is.
in the most freest society, we have the most amount of low level individual thought.
Right.
Is that a result of the freedom, or
Uh,
is that a result of the sense of collective ideological thought? Is the collective ideological thought more powerful than the individual thought in and of itself? Remember, again, I said it. I said it earlier. You have the creation, then the result of the creation is the altruism, or the willingness to become selfless because of the creation.
right.
When,
Well, let me.
when that wasn't the intended goal of the creation in itself.
Right. I.e. Martin Luther. Martin Luther. Right.
That's what I'm
with,
saying.
with Protestantism. Right. Good example. You know what I'm saying? And you're right because I admire. I'm an admirer of Martin Luther, the Protestant. You know what I'm saying? The German Protestant. So yeah, You know, I know that sounds weird coming from an atheist, but yeah, I admired his individualism. I admired the Protestants breaking away from the Catholics. You know, but now that you pointed out the collectivism that festered or got stagnant within it and then turned it into the same force, I'm now, man, us having this conversation, it really breaks down a whole lot because now I'm understanding the core of the problem. Whereas religion, when it gets stagnant, it becomes collective. Then you get this collective idea, and that's when it starts, you know, beat you over the head. You believe like I believe, or you die, and you get knocked over the head. And, you know, you don't believe in Jesus, well, you know what, knock him over the head, you know, type of mentality.
Right, right.
And that's what it was for a long time with the Native Americans and Africans, you know,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, yeah, she a witch, burn at the stake. You know what I'm saying?
burn at the stake, right? That's right. Yeah,
So it's all like when you deal with the fear of being oneself, that's where you get the low level collective ideology.
right,
That's where it comes from. The concept of racism didn't come from a collective ideal. The shit was created
right,
by someone to exemplify a sense of self worth.
right.
And then the altruism was created behind it. And now it becomes a collective work of a particular group of people. And then because it's the false worth of a particular group of people, when another group of people identify that, they fight it with the same shit.
Black power.
For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction.
White power, black power. Okay, I got you. You got quiet in me when I said that.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, yeah. Because the white man.
You know what I mean? So going
Right,
back to leaders and followers, like the leader is the creator. The followers are the altruists or the egalitarian in the sense of economics or the cult within itself.
right.
So yeah, that's what it is, man.
So
You
then
know,
you're
that's
saying
what
the
it is.
whole concept of race is a result of this collectivism, you know,
Yeah,
when people.
the concept of race is the altruism within the creation of the creation of the race. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
That's the altruism behind it. Or like I said, and if we're talking from a sense of society, the collective,
that's right.
leader or follower. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right. So, um, damn, let me,
So black being the leader, everybody who falls under that term black are the followers.
right, right, right. So,
You know what I mean? But
can,
but with these terms, there's no sense of individuality.
so,
American was created
so then
to
that would
have
make,
to have a. Go ahead.
so based on what you just said, that makes Joe Biden leader of the blacks.
Break that down, Black.
Because Joe Biden said, if you don't want for me, you ain't black.
Again, Joe Biden exemplifies an ideology in which the majority, because I can't say all, because I don't. The majority of all that blacks follow in the sense of inequality. See, that's the thing. Inequality is a result or a summation of the low-level collective ideology.
So, but you just said, listen to what you just said. You said even if you call yourself black, that makes you a follower. So, black apparently Joe Biden, knowing this, he said if you ain't black, that means if you're a follower of being black, you don't vote for him, then you're not black. Does that? I mean, do you follow me so far?
I mean, is Joe Biden black? So how can Joe Biden be the leader when he's not the creator? He didn't create the term.
I'm not saying I agree with Joe Biden, and I agree with what you're saying, but he took a bold by his statement. What stance is he making by that statement that he made? Let's break that down.
He's making a stand. He's making a stance of the ideology of liberalism.
Uh-huh.
Is the fighters of inequality. Inequality is a result of the low level collective ideology of racism and white supremacy.
Got you.
He didn't create none of those things.
No, he didn't create it, but he took the liberty, he took the power in saying that, look, he's taking the mantle saying, look, this is what defines black, and if you are black and you don't vote for me, then you're not black. Am I wrong in saying that?
Well, the dumbassery behind it is in order to equate that logic, you in turn would have to consider yourself black because we're basing it on the result of inequality. So it was a dumbass statement for him to make.
So basically what he's saying in layman's term, if you voted for Biden, you're a dumbass. Is that what you're saying? I'm just asking, bro.
Hey, by using simple logic.
Okay, so if you voted for Biden, you are a dumbass. That's what he was saying.
By using simple logic, yes. That was
okay. I'm just asking questions, brother. I'm just asking questions. I'm just asking.
You know
so if you vote for Biden in this next term, you are a dumbass.
That would be my summation of everything. Yes, it would.
Oh, okay. I'm just asking questions, MD. Hey, I'm just asking questions here, brother. I'm just asking questions. I'm trying to make sense of it all, because Biden said if you don't vote for him, you ain't black. So we talking about constructs and all that. So yeah, I just wanted to get down to it. You hear that, E?
Right.
So basically it comes down to if you vote for Biden, you're a dumbass. Okay, I'm just saying, bro.
Because by him saying that, he's stripping your individuality away from you. That's just like what we were saying, negative connotation.
Yes.
That was actually a negative connotation when he said that.
It was, right. And
He's
people voted
stripping
for
your
him
individuality away from you, and he's basing your blackness on some type of collective ideological thought. With him being the flag bearer
right.
of something that's supposed to make us equal to another group of people,
right?
Which he belonged to, by the way.
Huh?
You see the dumbassery behind it.
I'm listening, brother. I'm taking notes. I'm listening. I'm enjoying this. Keep going.
That's why I said, bro. Everything is oxymoronic, man. When it comes to collective thought, bro. Just like we said, go get a job, yet you have a job.
Right.
Go to hell, yet you may not even agree that hell even exists. You know what I'm saying? You need Jesus, yet your sense of morality when it comes to the principle of Jesus totally contradict whatever that shit is.
Right. Whatever.
If you don't vote for me, you ain't black. Yet we're basing blackness off a certain inequality. I'm not black though. It's bizarro land at the end of the day.
Right. Or another one, you need Jesus in your life.
You know, again,
Negative
Bizarro
connotation.
land, bro.
Right. Okay, I'm sorry. Oh my God, I'm just so tickled right now.
Bizarro land. The concepts, the creation themselves being the leaders, everybody else being the follow.
Oh, here's another one I've heard. How you black and you vote for Trump? I know you heard that one before.
Well, that's synonymous with what Biden said. I mean, it's pretty much the same thing.
Right,
Pretty much the same exact thing.
right. Okay.
So yeah, man. I mean, again, when we don't have the ability to think for ourselves, and we don't have the or we're shunned or looked negatively upon when we promote the advantages of being individuals, this is the result.
Now, this is going to sound like a strange question, MD. Can we go more deeply into what thinking for yourself is? Can we kind of give a 10 list countdown of what thinking for yourself is?
You could do that. Like I wasn't going that deep. You know what I'm saying? But if you wanna go down that rabbit hole, you can.
Well, again, but that's the individual
Matter of
thing.
fact, matter of fact, I'll lead you to it because I got to unhook from the trailer. But I'm listening though. Give me one
Okay, no
second.
problem, no problem. Okay. So, hey, y'all, I'm about to go down a rabbit hole with this thing. So, we always hear the term from people, and we hear from other terms, especially black people. Oh, you don't think for yourself. Think for yourself. And as MD said, that would be kind of like living in bizarro land because what do we deem as thinking for yourself? Now, I've heard people say, like let me get political for a minute. Like people will tell you, hey, how could you vote for Trump or how could you vote for this person, that person? So black people, we're supposed to be aligned with voting for particular people with particular policies. Now candidates come out and have a multi, multitude of different policies. And I've said on here before, I could be a conservative, another person could be a conservative, but now out of 20 policies, let's just say hypothetical. Okay, there's 20 policies that I like and there's 20 policies that MD like. We may not put all those policies in the same order. We may not prioritize all those policies in the same order. Now, conservatism, a lot of people will equate that with being like, anti-gay, anti-LGBTQ, like right now they're doing a whole thing with transvestites and the kids and all that. Now, as a conservative, like your other conservative, I might say, I don't necessarily agree with all that, but it may not be on the priority on my list. I don't know how many times I've said that. So, yeah, there's conservatives that, may vote for particular policies. Now, how does this relate to the group think and the individual think? Individually, I might have a list of policies, like I said, out of 20 policies, or let's just say 10. I'm going to put them in an order that they necessarily, like you and I, we might like the same candidate, might like similar policies, but I might prioritize those policies different, if that makes any sense. But
Hey, I'm glad you said that, Black Son,
yes,
because you said conservative. I'm glad you said conservative.
yes, sir.
I don't tie myself to being a conservative because I'm not. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead.
Well, when I say conservative, meaning okay, so there's certain policies that they will deem conservative. Like, okay, let me give you an example. Like, okay, I don't stamp myself on that either because number one, I'm not a Christian. A lot of conservatives stamp themselves with Christian. I'm not
There
a
you go.
Christian. I'm
There
not a
you go.
Christian. I'm not a Christian. I don't know, and I don't look like a damn conservative either. I got long hair, I got long dreads, so I don't even look like one.
Right,
But
there you
I,
go.
but however, I might agree with okay. So I do agree with the constitutionality of people's rights. I don't necessarily agree. I had a conversation with a friend of mine with transvestites. I don't know, reading books out of school. Is it their constitutional right? Yes. I think their constitutional rights should be protected. Do I personally agree with it? No. So there, but now
That
is
that,
it
that that's a
okay? Go ahead.
conservative. No, I just want to say that's a conservative ideal, by the way.
It is right. It totally is. But it's not. It now when I go vote, it's not on my priority. I'm not
Right,
thinking about that.
right.
I'm not thinking about that. When I think conservative, I'm thinking spending and cuts. That's what I'm thinking about. Like you said, now, we talk about socialized programs and this and that. You said this Pac-Man, I don't know who the hell he is, but he talked about there should be more social programs. I don't particularly agree with that as a concern. I would agree with more conservative policies. Now, however, the transvestites don't violate their personal, don't violate their constitutional rights. That's how I feel. That's not a conservative stance. So that's all I wanted to point out today, because I think people don't understand the complexity of me uh, agreeing with certain conservative policies. They'll lump you in with all the conservative policies. Am I right in saying that, MD?
Yeah, you're right. But that's the reason why I don't consider myself a conservative, because it's tied into a collective ideal, and I don't want to be tied into no collective ideal.
Right.
I don't look. I don't look at uh, uh, issues with the economy as a or certain principles of the economy being concerned. I don't look at that as being conservative. I look at as conservative being a certain structure of society, and
Okay.
you try to serve that particular structure of society. That's how I look at being a conservative. So I'm not trying to preserve a goddamn thing. I'm trying to be myself. You can be whoever the hell you want to be.
Right.
Therefore, I'm not conservative. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be a drag queen and prance around, you got it right as an American citizen to do so.
Right.
Until that affects the obscene nature of a public space, just like the Constitution say.
Right.
I'm a constitutionalist at the end of the day, and I'm
Right.
glad you said, because my next MD thought box is gonna be, am I a libertarian? I really need to start reevaluating who I am politically. I might be a libertarian, bro. I'm gonna just keep it a buck with you, and
Right.
it's a
Right.
lot of
No, yeah.
libertarians that I do not like. Period.
Right. Shout out to
But
Andrew Hunt.
as I've evolved and as I've seen certain light of a lot of different shit, I may fuck around and be a libertarian. But that's a whole nother topic for a whole different day. You know what I'm saying?
Well, at the end of the day, you're an individual. That just like certain policies. So you like you said, because I'm sure in the libertarian camp, there are going to be some things that you don't agree with. You know what I'm saying? That's just nature. Everybody's not going to agree 100%, especially when it comes to political parties or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? They try to lump in these conservative ideas, libertarian ideas, conservative ideas, progressive ideas, and all that shit. And you know, I agree with you because I got a lot of libertarian friends, man. In fact, I had me and Yanga, we had a libertarian candidate on the show. Shout out to Andrew Hunt. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
the thing is that um, again, I take policies and like I said, I will vote locally for sometimes a progressive candidate, a libertarian candidate. But when it comes down to the final two, then I gotta, I'm gonna tell you like this. I consider myself politically independent. That's what I consider myself as an independent.
Right. Right. Yeah, I feel you.
Right, but But in the realm of reality, there are more policies that I agree with that lean more towards the right, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, and me too. You know what I'm
You
saying?
know, like I said, but most of it is cuts and spending. You know what I'm saying? Because I understand the economy in a certain light. I don't think, like I said, now I will, and this is funny because this woman's not even American, but she's, Margaret Thatcher. I agree with a lot of her conservative policies, man, but hell, she's from England. But one thing she's always said, and I always stick by, socialism, basically, the problem with socialism is you run out of other people's money. I
Yeah.
don't know if yeah.
But but again, you tied a lot of the economic strategies that Margaret Thatcher had to do that.
Wait,
You know
say
what
that
I'm saying?
again? Say that again?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
You just tied a lot of the policies that Margaret Thatcher was doing to conservatism. I don't do that.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Right. Okay. I got what you're saying. No. I
Yeah,
agree.
an economic policy to conservatism. That's not conservatism. You know what I'm saying?
Got you. I agree. That's a habit I got to break. Go ahead, brother.
Right. The only thing I look at conservatism with is a certain aspect of society in which they try to conserve. That's why it's called conservatism. That's a societal ideal. I don't give a shit about the society. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like a conservative idea would be, again, gay rights, or trying to ban gay rights, in gay marriage and shit like that. I don't give a fuck about none of that.
Oh, I don't give a fuck about that either. Okay.
Conservatism in my eye. That's conservatism in my eye. Abortion and all that shit. You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
don't. Yeah, I don't give a shit about none of that shit. Yeah. I got you. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. No. I agree with you. I'm actually in agreement with you, brother.
Yeah, all that shit is conservatism. That's why I don't consider myself being a conservative.
Okay, so so then I got to ask you a question, man. From your perspective, what is the policy people the problem with Trump policy wise that they have with him, or is it? I guess let me ask you that question. Or black people in a certain group. MD, you there? Oh shit, he dropped off. Yeah, so we gonna wait for MD to come back because I need to see what his take is on that question. Because I think, like you said, I think he's gonna refer back to groupthink also. Y'all hit the like button, man, and if y'all want to jump on, man. I don't know what happened to E, man. E was like, yeah, politics, I'm out. I'm teasing you, E. So yeah, all right, we're gonna wait for shout out to E, man. Shout out to MD. Shout out to everybody, man. Y'all hit the like button, man. Hit the share. Enjoy. I'm about to get myself something to eat here in a few minutes because I am starving. Okay, I think MD's in a bad area, man. But yeah, again, man, great conversation, great topic. Yeah, I think libertarianism should be the next topic, man. I'm definitely all in for that, MD, because yeah, there's a lot of policies that I've heard libertarians talk about. But like I said, in the beginning, when libertarians and progressives are running, is one thing. But as the elections go further down, eventually those guys always get eliminated. So then you go to the next candidate, and um, usually go to the next candidate and see what type of policies they'll have along the line and see what works for you. And I go for what works for me, man. Like I said, I just line them up based on what's important But like MD was mentioning a lot of things that, like said, a conservative society tries to maintain. I don't. Everything he just mentioned, I don't go to poll and think about none of those things. Like I say, gay rights, I don't think about none of that. That's not a priority. Abortion, that's not a priority. What else did he mention? With gay rights, right to marriage and all that. Man, I'm like this though. If you pay taxes, if you're a taxpayer, you should have the right to marry whoever you want, whenever you want. Hell,
Right. Right. Yeah. My concern ain't with gay folks. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Like I
it's
don't.
neither mine. No, if they pay taxes, they have a right to get married. I mean, what the hell? I mean,
They're individuals.
right.
You know what I'm saying? As long as they're not doing anything that's obscene under the law, I don't give a damn.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what the law say. The law was written to conserve your individuality.
Yes.
That's my conservatism. I want to conserve the Constitution.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the only way I'm conservative. All that other shit is, I don't, conservatism, the ideology of conservatism is strictly socially based. That's why I don't rock with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because as an individual, I don't give a damn.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm in agreement. I'm definitely in agreement.
So that's why I don't call myself a conservative. Hell, sometimes you're right, just like you said, Black Son. Sometimes I may slip up, depending on the conversation, and say conservative. But that's just because people correlate that shit. They correlate that shit.
They put it on.
They correlate it with your quote unquote right wing view. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell you, a long time I never considered myself. I'll call myself a conservative, but people they put it on you for so long. Like you said, somebody just recently called you a MAGA. You a MAGA wearing hat? Okay, well fuck it, I'll wear it. Shit, you know what I'm saying? Because I got tired of trying to defend myself and explain. See, conversations like this that we're having are very few in between, very rare. You know what I'm saying? Because then you can hash out what's really going on and the truth of the matter and where you stand. When you're just in a microwave society and everybody just, it's either red light, green light, then it's like, okay, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I just like, okay, whatever. You want to call me a MAGA Republican, Trump supporter? Okay, all right, fuck it. I mean, hell, I voted for Trump. And if that's what you get out of when I say I voted for Trump because of his ballot, then run with it. Run with it.
Yeah. Take the ball and go. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Take it and fucking go. But I mean, that's the position that you got to have with certain people that don't understand your personal relationship with your politics. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's again, it's either this group or that group. That's what the shit boiled down to. Low level collective ideology versus low level collective ideology. That's what it boiled down to. You can't get around it.
That's what it is. You
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You cannot get around that shit no matter what you do.
Facts.
You will be labeled or people gonna try to tie you into a group.
Every time. That's right.
And that's the issue. Man, I need to go fucking run for something. Shit.
That's right.
Because that's what it's gonna come down to.
That's right.
When the very foundation of this country wasn't based upon that at all.
Right. That's right.
So that's what we're dealing with, man. That's what we're dealing with. Leaders and followers.
Right. But you said a key thing though. What I get out of all this, what you said, MD, that will stick throughout this show. What you said, man, is there cannot be leaders and followers in a free society. That's it.
Can't do it.
Man.
Can't do it. You can't do it. Even the people that's in office, they're not leaders.
Right.
They all they doing is simply enforcing the ideology of them they damn self.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? They didn't create the ideology. So that's what we're dealing with. That's what we're dealing with.
Wow, I'm looking at Tina Turner's song different now. We don't need another hero. Yeah, I'm looking at it different.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Our officials are there because we gave them the authority to be there.
Right.
Ain't no fucking leadership.
Yeah, all we want is life beyond the Thunderdome. That's all we want.
You know what I'm saying? And if you fuck up, we're gonna get you up out of there.
Right.
Followers don't have that ability. Because we're following the Constitution. That's the leader.
Now is that the leader or is that the linchpin?
You can use that term, but I'm just for the sake of the topic.
Okay,
I'm saying that's the leader because that grants us our individuality to be our own leaders. You know what I'm saying?
Bet. You know what? I'm in agreement. Yeah. Just keep it simple. For the sake of keeping it simple. Yeah, you're right. I like that.
It just do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
That document gives me access to my own leadership. Period.
It protects it also. Yeah.
Yeah, it protects it.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it do.
That's exactly what it does. Yep.
It protects the shit.
So would you? Okay. So yeah. I'm damn.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I know what you're saying.
I'm married to that document.
Yes.
You know, when you get married, they ask you all this shit. You know, well, I ain't. You know, don't ask me. You know what I'm saying? But
right.
all this shit. But protection.
Yeah.
It's there to protect you.
That's
your independent autonomy.
Yeah. Yeah. You have to protect it, and it protects you. Yeah.
Right. It ain't there to give you a goddamn thing.
No.
You know what I'm saying? It's there to protect your right to obtain it yourself.
Well, I was just gonna say it gives you protection. But I guess it's complicated to explain that to people. It gives you protection. You got to protect it, and it'll protect you. And so it's a mutual relationship.
Right.
Yeah.
My bad, man. I'm trying to do something and talk to you at the same time.
Oh, you good. You good.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2. But yeah, you're right though.
Yep.
You're absolutely right. That's what it is. Something ain't right, man. Hold on. What the fuck? 1, 2. Okay, I'm gonna go with that. I don't know what the hell they did, but I'm gonna go with it. Yeah, man, that's exactly what it is, man. So we got to stop playing collective games with our own freedoms here in this country.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And trying to equate the shit with something else. Because it just ain't right. It's me playing games with your own independence.
Right.
I don't want my independence to be played with.
Right. Well, in all fairness, a person don't recognize their freedom being taken away unless they're put in that position. Being in America, I mean, for the most part, compared to other countries, you're not going to really see the benefits of your freedoms and it being taken away unless you go to another country, because other people, they see it from other countries faster than we'll see it because they're in that position where they,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, you've noticed that, huh?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I got plenty of friends from Iran. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of buddies from Iran.
People that come from places where either their independence is limited or they have none whatsoever recognize that shit as soon as they set foot on the damn land. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. That's a fact.
Soon as
That's
they
a
set
fact.
foot on the land.
Right.
You know, we had that conversation the other day. You know what I mean?
Right. And I've always been fortunate to like bump into people who have come from these countries. Like I said, all through high school, junior high, even elementary school, I've always been around people that came from Iran. I don't know, man. So it's actually been uh, I've always had this outlook on. I just always had that kind of perspective of looking of freedom and appreciation through their eyes. If that makes any sense.
Yeah. Yeah, it do. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And I'm sure you've had the same thing dealing, growing up around people from like Somalia and Sudan and Ethiopia. I'm sure you've had that same shared experience. I'm assuming.
Well, yeah, but again, so in dealing with certain aspects of immigration, right?
Yes.
Certain aspects of immigration, we understand some people through hard work and ingenuity, they get it out the mud, right? No problem. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Right. I get it. That's part of being an American.
Right.
Other aspects of immigration where the government will give them a little boost, i.e. the Somalians and all that shit when all that was happening.
Yeah.
Now, from the aspect of humanitarianism, no issue. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I don't equate what's going on now with the immigration crisis now to that. But on the same token, they were given a boost to aspire to be a full-fledged American citizen, and even in that, they were able to build communities, so on and so forth, out of different situations, right? Like we were talking about the flea market the other day. Like they go to the flea market, go to work, and build community through their economics. That way, I ain't got no issue with that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now,
that's right.
Now, is that down from a Republican standpoint? Do I think that was the best way to go about it? No. You know what I'm saying? Because essentially you take it away potential jobs from other Americans. Right. But it worked itself out at the end of the day, because that's just a blip on the radar. Like, black folks ain't hurting in DeKalb County. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Good point.
But from a more widest, but like I said, that's just a blip on the radar. Implementing that same strategy with millions upon millions of people like they're doing now, that's when shit can go wrong. And we're gonna have to reevaluate, like, hey, like, what's going on here? Like, there are other people that still live here in this country, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's a fine line. Again, I'm not the person that's against humanitarianism and certain social aspects of the government. That's not me.
Right.
I understand, like, I don't have no problem with SSI or Medicaid or no shit like that. Those are people that's already done worked hard in this country. You know what I'm saying?
I want to add to that too. And this goes along with the topic, leaders and followers. Everybody I've met from different communities, from Iran to Japan to whatever, black people always look at it as them as being collective. Every person that I've met from these different countries are all individualistic, and they will tell you, and they are proud of that. They are proud of that.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that?
Even when they work together, they still consider themselves individuals. Why is that? Because their money is not tied to another person's money.
Right.
All they doing is simply investing.
Right.
in order to get more money. Like that's not a form of collectivism. It ain't.
Right.
I can't say that shit. I don't know how many times I gotta say that.
I get it, brother. I don't know what don't grow no gray hair. Just all you can do, man, just walk to the horse to the water, and that's it, man. Don't try to force the horse into the water.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I got to go back to Black Wall Street. Black Wall Street is a microcosm of what other ethnic groups are doing right here today, right now.
Right.
Same shit. Literally the same shit.
Exactly. Absolutely. All right, try. I think MD, if y'all can hear me. Yeah, I think MD's in the
Yeah,
back.
can you hear me?
Oh, okay, yeah, now I can hear you. Yeah.
No, I was saying, yeah, I don't give a damn in which what type of community I live in. I want it to be better.
Right. Oh, absolutely.
Right now I live in a predominantly Mexican neighborhood.
Right.
I want that shit to be better.
Yeah.
Am I involving myself in a collective with so I'm using Mexican collectivism.
Right.
See how dumb that shit sound?
Yeah. That's why I laughed. I'm just like, wow. Yeah. But people somehow they miss that mark, bro. Somehow they miss it. Damn. And I keep asking you, don't get no gray hairs, MD. Don't do it.
Look,
Yeah,
I'll give you one, right? I'll give you one.
all right.
Let me play devil's advocate.
Okay.
HOA. What do you consider a HOA? From a micro level.
HOA. Homeowners
A
Association.
homeowners association, yeah.
Oh, I mean, hell, I'm a captain. I mean, that's just individual responsibility. I mean, it's really.
That now we got to have a discourse because I don't believe.
Shit.
I look at from a micro level, a HOA being a collective. But guess what? I got every right to say fuck the HOA. I'm not moving here. Y'all can't make me pay for shit.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying. As far
because
as
the HOA is a centralized economy for the betterment of the whole community. I'm not centralizing the goddamn thing. So on a micro level, like I said, small, very small.
Yeah.
On a micro level, a HOA is essentially a collective. Because you don't have no choice. If you don't pay them dues, what's gonna happen?
Yeah, they're gonna have trouble. It's gonna be trouble.
That's somebody forcing something upon you.
Right.
That you did not choose to do. Well, you chose to do it if you moved in there. But still.
Right.
So from a micro level, I look at that as a collective. But at the end of the day, you have a choice to move into that neighborhood or not. I just use that as an example to show the centralized economy. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Good point. Yep.
I just like I don't. It ain't no hardwired example. It's just something
I like
that's
that
on
example.
the microcosm.
I like. You know what? I didn't even think about that. I mean, now I'm looking at it hindsight. Yeah, that's actually a good example. I'm looking at it now because I'm part of HOH. So when you said that, I was like, oh, damn, you're right.
At the end of the day, still you have a choice to do it. At the end of the day, so it's still individualistic in that purpose. Because you could say, fuck this neighborhood, I go look at another neighborhood somewhere.
Oh, right. Yeah, but as long as yeah. Okay.
But that's still forced income coming out of your what's called. Like I said, we have aspects in this government that is centralized. I never denied that shit. This is a mixed economy at the end of the day.
Right.
But from the aspect of tying that to a specific group of people, that's when you're gonna get pushback from me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Us as Americans, we're not sacrificing for the common good of the whole society. That's not how our social programs work. We're sacrificing for a particular offset or offshoot of a particular part of the society, i.e., like I said, SNAP, TANF, SSI, Medicaid, so on and so forth. I've never denied that, but I knew that certain people weren't smart enough to even bring shit like that up. You know what I'm saying? So from the aspect of social programs, hey, I get it, but what's the cutoff? Is it a means to an end? It's not. Collectivism as a totality of a society is a means to an end for all people. That's the collectivism. You see what I'm saying? I think Black Son gone, but in any event,
No, shit, I'm right here. Yeah, I'm right here. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
okay, yeah, cool. Leadership comes from the sense of duty to all people within whatever group you're talking about.
Right.
I never denied that there were social programs that are in fact good. When I get old, yeah, I want my SSI check. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah, I want my Medicaid. But that's shit that I've worked for throughout the number of years of my life. I worked for it.
That's right.
Just like certain people that got pensions and Roth IRAs and shit. When they get old, they want their goddamn money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, yeah, we got a skewed view of what leadership entails and what followers entail. We got a skewed view about it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's why I thought it was important to understand: are there leaders in a free society? I say no. It's impossible to have leaders in a free society.
No, and I'm in agreement. And that's why I'm glad we had this conversation and this show, because sometimes certain things have to be broken down in length. You know what I mean?
If you constitute anybody as a leader, it's impossible for you to deem yourself liberated in any sense of the matter. It's impossible.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. Facts. That's a fact.
You know what I mean? Even if you live in the free society, if you deem someone a leader, mentally you are not free. That's just what it is.
That's a fact. Oh man, that's simplified right there, MD. That's simplified.
Y'all like to say the mental chains of slavery, right? Well, there you go.
Right. There you go.
It's as simple as that.
Right,
now that's not to say you can't have a commonality of certain ideas with other people. That's not what I mean, and you know it. So don't try to 3-card money it and put it in that aspect.
Yeah, you hear that, Lex Vortex?
Like-minded people are everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
But that doesn't mean I then have to be a part of an institution because you're like-minded like me. That ain't what that means. I like blue. Oh, I like blue too. Cool. And we walk our separate way.
Right.
We don't then create the blue coalition.
The blue code. Yeah, the blue code. The code of blue.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Certain shit. I live in a community. I live in the same community as you. We're trying to get better schools in this community. What do we need to do to get better schools in this community? I'm going to work individually on my end. You're going to work individually on your end. We're going to form a commonality in order to provide a better situation for our community.
Facts.
It's not collectivism. It's just not. It's the summation of the individual achievement of that particular community. Remember, we defined what culture was. Culture is the summation of the individual achievement of the group. There is no such thing as a group culture. Shit don't work that way. It's the creation, and after the creation is altruism. There is no culture if the creator didn't create it. Period. So let's be mindful of our individualism, y'all. But I got to get ready to go. I just wanted to have that thought, that discussion.
Fire show, brother. Fire, man. God dang. Second fire, goddamn. What do you call these series? The
MD's Thought Box, man. MD's Thought Box.
Fire. Second one, fire. First one, fire. Goddamn, man. Hey, I can't wait till the next one, man. Shit.
I'll think of something. You know what I'm saying?
Well, like I said, that libertarianism, I think that's a good one too. But I mean, you know.
Yeah, I might have to, bro, because I've been thinking about that shit for the last couple of days, bro. I'm like, damn, am I a libertarian? Am I?
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
I might be one. Break it down. Shit, break it down. Like I said,
we might get it. We might get into it, man. We might get into it. You know, but we'll see though, man. We'll see. Other than that, yo, if you ain't got nothing else, man, I'm gonna go and wrap it on up.
Okay, fire, man, fire. Damn, they overloaded me. God damn it.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, all right, man. Hey, I appreciate everybody that's gonna look at it later on. Everybody that listened in earlier, hit the like button, share the video if you can, and yeah, if anybody got any suggestions about any topic, if I deem it valuable, we'll talk about it. You know what I'm saying? But in any event, man, yeah, with that, y'all, I'm gonna say peace.
All right, peace all. We out.
The Arena of